Oh. Good early evening, gamers. How are we doing, everybody? What's up, Mika? What is up, Reshimu? What's up, Zebra Bubbles? What is up, Mike? What is up, F Trickman? What is up, I Try Hard? What is up, Nathan? What is up, Andrew? Welcome. How are we doing, team? So first off stream, I actually made Von Bombs. So hey, look, we have Von Bombs. Woo, we're so good. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope everyone is good. Everyone is well. A little bit of a shorter stream today. Probably get like 3.5, 4 hours in. But yeah, hopefully that's enough time to get the drop we need. Stream is a little late today because it turns out I am running a half marathon in 3 weeks. And the most I've run in the last 5 years is like probably 3 or 4 kilometers. So yeah, that's not good. It's not good at all. I had the worst run of my life this morning. By kilometer 2.5, I was walking. My watch gave me a heart rate warning at kilometer 3.5. And by the time I was back home, my feet had no sense of feeling in them. It's not good. It's just not good. But it's gonna be a fun challenge, you know? We challenge ourselves in game all the time. Why not challenge ourselves IRL, make it happen? For too high, yeah. My heart rate should have been like 140 and it was 175. I don't want to think about it too much, right? It's not gonna be good. But yeah, welcome everyone. I hope everyone is doing good, doing well. Let's get our daily challenges done, and then why don't we just get amongst it? Farming challenge we extend. Fishing challenge. Oh, I need to toggle that actually. Why don't we go to the birthmark person and toggle those off? Yeah, because we're 99 now. A goodly idea. But yeah, let's get it. Hi, Shavar. What's good, Jamma? How are you? Toggle challenges. Get rid of fishing. I guess we keep farming. I guess we keep herblore. I guess we keep arc as well. Dude, I don't really care about herblore. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we're level 110. That feels high enough. But you know what? I can clean 6 herbs. What kind of herb do we want to clean though? Let's clean 10 ranars. Wow. Pretty cool. Leg day was today. I crawled home from the gym. Nice. I like hobbled home. I was humbled today. It was not good. But I also think part of the problem too is I have been dieting in a way that is good for a climber and really, really bad for a runner. And by that, I mean, I've basically been cutting out carbs and having like a really, really high protein diet, which is very good and very clean. I've been doing that for like over a month. I lost like over 10 pounds. Like, it was good. But if you're trying to run, you need carbohydrate stores. And I haven't had a complex carbohydrate in yeah, probably like 5 or 6 weeks. So I think that's part of the reason why I absolutely died. So I'm gonna have to become a runner for a month. Oh man. But yeah, no, I was absolutely humbled today. It was so much worse than I thought it could ever possibly be. Getting salty on minions last 2 nights, but cool, I did 27. Nice! GZ. You'd find me on the floor dead on day 2. I actually feel great from, like, the diet was awesome. Like, it did perfect. Like, I had more energy, felt better, lost a bunch of weight, which, I mean, honestly, I need to be careful because I cut way too fast. And, I wasn't per se over the weight that I wasn't over a healthy weight. I just like felt like, yeah, maybe I'm a little heavier than I want to be. But the way that I cut it was so aggressive that, like, unintentionally, that like if I continued, I would be way too much. So yeah, that's always fun. Good to know I could do it though, but yeah, gotta be careful with those things because you don't want to like overcorrect. Did Pippin join you? No, of course not. Yeah, if you're talking about people that need diets, though. Hey, Strafe, what's good? There we go. Dude, this amulet of farming thing is so freaking cool. I cannot believe it works like that. That's so sick. Just use it on anything and we're good. But yeah, no, I'm very anguished. I don't think I'll be able to complete a half right now. I was bodied today. But we'll see how it goes. Like, you know. It is going to dominate my life the next 3 weeks, though. Going from not being in running shape for 8 years to running a half marathon in 3 weeks is like... It's going to be tough. But we'll make it happen. Yeah, Gemma, I'm not even fussed about expectations. Like, the slowest half marathon I ran back in the day, like 9-10 years ago when I would run them, was like 100 minutes. And I guarantee you this one is going to be like, it could be a full hour slower than that. And I don't even care. If I finish the thing, that is a miracle. I am not worried about it. Yeah. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you. It's going to be fun. Farming content. I mean, at least one a day. Come on, Licks. That's the way. I got dwarf weeds to farm. And torstals, apparently. Bring some stamina pots. True, true, true. Good idea. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's good. Yeah, I was meant to start a little earlier, but I got home from my run. I kind of died. I had like a shower, and I actually ate food. And all of that jazz. And now we're back. Also, I have a twitch in my right eye, and I don't know how to get rid of it. It's like the bottom part is like fluttering. And like, I don't know why I have that, but it's been going for like all day. In a kind of obnoxious way. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. Maybe I'm perishing. I've been drinking water. Yeah, I'd say reasonably so. I had a coffee today. I don't know what's going on. But surely it's going to be fine. I call it surprise health stress. Now, I swear my body went into shock today. Between kilometers 2 and 3. And my body was like, what are you doing? This isn't you anymore. You're an idiot. That's the direct translation. I truly believe that is exactly what happened. Because after kilometer 1, my watch tells me my heart rate every split, right? So kilometer 1, my heart rate was 120. And I'm like, dude, I got this. Look, my fitness level is fantastic. I'm built different. No training, no problem. And then kilometer 2 comes by. My watch goes, heart rate, 145. And I'm like, it's still kind of in the range. It's kind of in the range. It's, you know, it's a little high, but it's in the range. And then kilometer 3 rolls around and it says heart rate 170 something. And I was like, oh no. It's Jover. It's absolutely Jover. Can we do to excessive screen use and or electrolyte imbalance like potassium? Would that be not enough potassium or too much? Because electrolytically, I should be crushing it. Yeah, I'm on the multivitamins. After I go on a run, I have a Pedialyte popsicle as well. And then I got electrolytes in here too. Not enough is interesting. Okay. Maybe I need to gobble up a banana every morning. I could do it. But hey, good advice. Thank you. Yeah. But the worst part of all, honestly, wasn't my lungs or my heart rate. It was the pain in my calves and my feet. Because that's not a thing that used to happen. So anyway, I think I'm realizing that age and not running, it's a use it or lose it situation, and he's lost it. But yeah, anyway, that was my fun morning. I see it as a challenge. Go from being barely in shape to go to the store 100 meters from my house. Haven't walked 3 kilometers for it. Also not super easy. Yeah, but Mika, you're going to get absolutely ripped. Aging is a myth. Oh, perfect. I'm afraid to start running because of the calf pain. Yeah, okay. I'm not afraid to start running again. I'm starting just because I'm running this half marathon in 3 weeks, so no way. But I never remembered having calf pain at any point in my life when I was running. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't think there's anything wrong with my technique. I don't think there's anything wrong with my shoes. But yeah, anyway. That was my morning. It was pretty eventful. But yeah, welcome to this stream, everyone. The one thing that was nice, it was a beautiful day. It was an absolutely beautiful day, and I got to actually be outside in the middle of daylight, and that was really, really, really cool. But yeah, I'm excited for Sammy because we did our bad luck mitigation kills and then we did a whole whack of 500. So we should have good drop rates to get green sparkles. I just know that like if I get a chaos roar, it's going to be a little anguishing. So we're going to just, you know, get that bow piece. Nice and easy. Hi, Mark. What's good? How are you? What's up, Ice Cloud? Welcome to the stream. Any more bow pieces? Nah, not yet. Did I do any warm up? I was running at such a slow pace that I think the whole run was a warm up. That was how I felt about it. But yeah, maybe I need to start doing like actual stretching and stuff. It's possible. I can't tell if it's a strength issue or it's a warm-up issue. But yeah, I should definitely warm up next time to try to eliminate that. Y'all think it's bow piece day? I would take bow piece day happily. Hi, Shavar. Thank you for the gift sub out to Ice Cloud. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much, Lee. You know, I realize I probably could get rid of my Elder Valiatopses and then just full focus XP because I don't really actually need Barricade for Sammy, but like the one time I will need it, it's going to be awful that I don't have it, so. Wait, do I have multiple Elders in here? No. Elder. No. Okay, we're good. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Oh, the one other thing I need to do is the Dragon Buyer is actually available, so I'm gonna go do that. I just like used to never stretch. So I think today what bodied me is thinking that I could do everything that I did in my youth. Like I would do like the tiniest amount of dynamic stretching, but like nothing remotely substantial. But yeah, turns out he is not him anymore. I think I just used to be built different though, like genuinely. Like my general fitness level was so high that like I used to run half marathons for fun and I never trained for any of them. And I would always place well. But I think it's just because I was doing so many other sports, like, all the time that I was, like, generally able. And it turns out when you do nothing but playing RuneScape for 8 years and some climbing, it, you know, that is my L to hold. Is there anything I need prep-wise? Oh, you know what I wanted to do? Can I make a partial potion producer? I want one. Because I swapped it out for a plank maker, but I'm 97 in construction, and I do not care at all. But yeah. The other thing that's funny, too, and it's kind of ironic to say this after doing 0 training, but I need to be careful not to overtrain. Because that's how you get injured. Like, I can't just, like, crank the distance every day or anything. Like, that is just how you perish. Okay, let's modify this. And swap it for a partial potion producer. Build. And then modify that for a partial potion producer 2. Cool. Probably because you haven't in a while. Warren will help reduce your sword after the fact either way. Yeah, I should. I will next time, which is probably going to be tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah, next time is going to be before tomorrow's stream, probably. Okay, so for the potions that I actually need... let's do, like, 100 Fellstocks. Lanodimes are only for potions, right? Hey, what about, like, Snapdragons? Dude, yeah, Snapdragons for sure. And then I've got no Lanodime potions. Beautiful. Yeah, because Lanodimes aren't used in, like, bombs or anything. Yeah, cool. Yeah, what are we up to? I just realized that I don't need a partial potion producer, so I didn't need a plank maker anymore, or I don't need a plank maker anymore, so we're just setting up a partial potion producer. Because I know that's going to make my herblore a little bit more palatable. Just upkeeping, like, overloads and everything else. Hey, Lisa, how are you? And then... also, you want to know something crazy? Here's how much RuneScape we've been playing. We got 800 divine charges from the 200 kill streak at Telos. And I've used 600 of them. Build the event? Wait, which one? Ooh, it's the worm. Ooh, I'll do the worm. Clean Lanodime for extreme defense now. Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah, so I shouldn't make them all. Never mind. But you need regular Lanodime for super defense. So I should make some, but not all, I think is what we should do here. But yeah, no, it was so nice to go outside. It was honestly incredible. Krill, thank you for the 9 months. I don't know. Usually during, like, nice daylight hours, I am here streaming. So it was really, really cool to, like, actually just be outside. I live next to a farm, too. So it was just, like, a really nice run on the farm. It was good. Is there anything in here? Oh, do I care about the alch machine? You know what? I should get the alch machine working. And I'll get the auto DA working too. Yeah, okay. I have so much salvage. 5,000 Orichalcum salvage? Bro, that's gotta be a Zammy thing. How much salvage is that? Okay, hold up. This is just purely for science and speculation, okay? Oh, man. Dude, I'm about to break the economy single-handedly. Okay, so we got that, and then I've got... and then... that, and that, and that. All right, how many raw alkables are in my... Jesus Christ! I got 2 bill. 2 bill of alkables just sitting in my bank. Oh yeah, Elder God Wars was fair and balanced like nothing else. Can you feel the balance? Yeah, I've got more than that too. Like, I genuinely have more alkables than that. But just on quick inspection, I got 2 billet Alex. Dude, a necromancer arrives precisely when he means to. Leave me alone. That's nice money and all, but there is a worm. Yeah, I know. There's a worm attack. I'm not going to be defeated by the worm. No way. How often does the worm do the... You know? Not doing it very often. Maybe if the person tanking uses anti, it like doesn't. I don't know. All right, goodbye. I mean, I could use my 3rd Dark Onyx score. Also, that is 113 Slayer from the worm. Armored Phantoms? Okay. Can't be too mad about that. Okay, small sack, I got Salvage. Big sack, I got Prayer Brawlers. Dude, it's so unlucky. Like, Brawlers are great, but I'm 99 Prayers, so not super helpful. And then, in the worm sack, Fury Shark. All right. When was the last time I needed GP on this account? It was to buy unfocused reward enhancers, I think. But yeah, anyway, all that to say, I will happily get my auto alka working. And then my auto dissembler as well. Cool. But yeah, I think we're basically ready to go to Zammy. Like, I think we're actually relatively prepped, so we should be good. 2 more levels so you can camp the Magister. I can already camp the Magister. Just gotta hit that God Banner boost, and then we're completely gaming. I'm excited to go and walk the hiking trail. I don't know, I haven't yet. I'm excited for you. All right. Probably do my rune shop run. Oh, and grab a Reaper, and then I think we're like straight up Zammy time, which is awesome. I will say this about Zammy. Even though we've gone quite dry, I think it's the variability in Enrage. I think it's made it kind of fun in a way where I'm not tired of it the way that I thought I would be. Like, I thought I'd be bored to tears by this point, especially only having 1 bow piece, but I think we're doing well. I wake up excited to go to Zamorak. Also, a sponsor actually approved the video. I'm unsure why it took them so long, but it'll come out tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow, like, I don't know, some point during tomorrow. I need to make a thumbnail, but last night I was so tired. It was like after midnight. I was working on my thumbnail, and I was falling asleep at my desk while making it. And the end product was absolutely garbage. Like, probably the worst thumbnail I've ever made. So I'm literally going to throw it in the garbage and restart tonight. Here, wait. I'll show you how bad it was. It looked like... it looked like this. Which is just not... I mean, he looks okay. He looks okay, but he's not centered. And he looks clearly green screened in. It just, look. We'll fix it. Can I get up into what should an Ironman do AFK? Why is doing something on my main? I'd work on maxing, probably. That's what I do when I'm AFKing. So right now it's like, if I really want to AFK, I'll do fishing where my fishing outfit eats all the fish. Because then the fishing spot never moves. So that's how I got 99 fishing. And it was really AFK. Other than that, lately, here, I'll put my stats. Lately, I've been enjoying wood cutting. Just because I'm trying to get my Mkando axe, and I'm level 92. So yeah, I've been working on wood cutting. What else have I been AFKing? If I wasn't a hardcore, I'd AFK combat, definitely. Rocktail cooking? Weirdly, that's not AFK enough for me. Like if I'm doing, like if I'm actually AFKing, it has to be more than like a minute or two. To me, a minute or two is like semi-AFK. So I would cook rocktails while watching a show or doing something like that. But like actual AFK, we're doing it different. Also, I should be going to Rax to finish my scythe so I can train melee. But I guess we could do that before the melee arc. And that makes more sense that way. I don't know. You know what I need to? I need a partial arrow producer invention machine. I think that'd be so sick. Like imagine if you could throw in logs and it would give you arrow shafts. It'd be so sick. I'm just like putting it out there into the world that I would like that update. What's the difference between staff tier if everything else is the same? Like a tier 90 versus tier 85? You get 5 tiers of damage and accuracy. It's like... This is like very wrong, but like it's like 0.6% damage and accuracy per level. So 5 tier difference would be like, I don't know, 3% damage and 3% accuracy. Can't remember who wasn't at TG at Razzo, but I've now got 200 kills, so cheers. Oh, that's sick. Congratulations. That's what we like to see. Okay. Are we actually ready for Zammy? It feels weird that we're ready for Zammy. If we're actually ready for Zammy... Oh, you know what I should do? I should mine flasks. That's the one thing that I think would be smart. Yeah, he even have astral runes. Yeah, we're doing great. All right. Yeah, I am gonna mine flasks though, because like I just know that I don't have any. How are you, Mr. Guy? How are you today? I'm in a good mood, honestly. I went for a run this morning and it absolutely bodied me, but like I'm just so glad I got outside. Vitamin D is real and it's crazy. The weather is nice. I'm streaming. My video was approved so I can actually post something. It's been so long since my last actual video that I had people DMing me on Twitter being like, wait, did you die? That's not good. Think of the same. I got my first 100% kill last night. Congratulations. Pass some good weather here. Dude, I have both my windows open in my room. It's 20 degrees Celsius. Your videos need to be approved. If it's a video with a sponsor, yeah, the sponsor has to approve it. It depends on the video. If it doesn't have a sponsor, no, I'm the person that approves it. But yeah, sponsor held the video for like a week because it just took them that long to get back to me, which is okay. It happens sometimes. It's someone I've worked with them many times before, and I've never had this happen. Usually they're really, really quick, so I'm not gonna hold a grudge. But it did mess with the scheduling a bit. Because, yeah, the video was supposed to go out April 27th. Yeah, April 27th. But they were like, actually, could you do your first integration in April? They signed me for 3 months. And I was like, sure, I can rush and get it done. So I rushed to get the integration done by the second last day of April. And I set it in for review. And it took them till today to get back to me. So I guess that didn't happen. If I'd known I had a week, I would have posted that video last week and then made a different video for this week, but it's okay. Thought you were leaking some juicy content. No, it's nothing like that. I am not a fan of Jagex leaking stuff through streamers or streamers chats or video creators, unless it's like necromancy where it's like, you know, that's specifically where people are being directed. But in general, if it's not official channels, I don't really want it. What the best, dude? What distance are you working on? Okay, so here's what happened, Tree. And everyone that I've told this to is going to tell me it's a bad idea. Because I know it is. So my brother, who's in like incredible shape and spends probably 3 or 4 hours doing some kind of physical activity every single day. He does cycling, mountain biking, skiing, snowboarding, swimming, running, indoor climbing, outdoor climbing, tennis. He does everything. He's crazy. He signed up for a half marathon, but he trained too aggressively. And his physio yesterday told him that he will not be able to run the half marathon because he messed up his Achilles. And it's in 3 weeks. So he came over last night. He was briefly on stream, but he came over to let me know. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, Ryan, I can't do the half in 3 weeks. Can you run it for me? And like, the answer should have been no, but like, I have to be a good brother. I had to say yes. I wasn't going to let him down and say no. But yeah, I haven't been in running shape in 8 years. So yeah, not good. Yeah, I went on my first run today. My first like proper run. It was not good. So yeah, we'll see if I can do it. I am sure though we'll be walking, and I'm sure it's gonna be really, really slow. But like I just if I had to run it tomorrow, I would not make it to the finish line. There's no way. So yeah, it's gonna be a really, really fun challenge. So I've completely switched my diet. I've got a training plan. I've got it all figured out. Because I used to love running. It's just like as we get older, you lose things, right? That you used to do a lot or used to really enjoy. Like I used to love running. I used to run every day. I was captain of the cross country team. I ran track as well. Like I used to love running. As I became an adult, I lost it. So we're going to see if I can get it back in 3 weeks. You went for your first run in 4 years. This morning, your body was confused. Dude, my body was the same. It was like, what are you doing? You're also training for half? Nice. Good luck, good luck. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll document my progress. Do Lucky Charms work on the boss? No, they do not. Never played RC before. Any step-by-step guides to efficiently set up dailies and such to reach high-level PVM ASAP? Yes, exclamation point pathway in chat. That'll take you there. Post our Aslan PvP kill on the PvM help channel. Wasn't sure where to post it. Thought that was a safe place. I thought that was a safe place to put it. That is the perfect spot to put it. If no one else gives you feedback on it today during the stream, I'll get back to you tonight and take a look at it. Yeah, I'd use the bottom link there in the pathway guide. It's probably better than the top link. Like, technically, they're both good, but one is what I did and 2 is what you should do. Running streams. I don't think I could do a running stream. It would just be like really shaky, no? And I'm not gonna run with a gimbal. I would be like too embarrassed. Can you skip step 1? Nope. It's 2 years out of date. Kilsa, it's better than nothing. It's better than no pathway at all right? Okay, here's the only edit required is just say necromancy. What do you fast forward my kills? Mine are taking 5 minutes. 5 minutes isn't bad. My like 800 kills on this account, or no, 700 kills on this account, were all about like 4:45 or 5 minutes. Depends what style you're using and rotation you're on. Or sorry, what style you're using, what rotation you're using, and then also like being on a Slayer task is a really, really big thing that will make a huge difference. But yeah, to me, if you're in like the 4 to 5 minute range, that's like an average hard mode Carapac kill. That's not like a terrible time. The people that are doing like 3 minute flat kills are definitely the exception and not the rule. How are we feeling today? I'm good. How are you? I'm happy to be here. I don't know why I've been in such a drum and bass mood, but it's happening. Anyone know the number of times you've hit the RDT for HSR? Oh, how many times on average to drop? I have no idea. Did they give drop rates for it? Let me check. Drop sources. The factual accuracy of this article is disputed. Some players have estimated that it is 1 in 640 RD2 rolls to roll for an HSR. And then if you roll for it, it's... So they're basically saying it's a 1 in 6,400. I honestly think it's rarer than that. I think it's rarer than that. I would dispute that too. Had a minimum of 10k rolls since it came out. Haven't seen a roll. Yeah, I have not either. Is it a Saran Spirit, a 4-star DT? Yes, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds made up to me. I looked it up, didn't make sense, but that explanation did. Thank you. No problem. All right, chat. Are we ready to take on the Lord of Chaos? I think I'm ready for the Lord of Chaos. You're not ready for the Lord of Chaos? Mika, this is a Lord of Chaos stream. What are we going to do if you're not ready? You need to be ready. The Lord of Chaos is coach in chat. Correct. No, he's not. He's at work. The amount of HSRs in-game don't line up with the drop rate. Yeah, I think that drop rate is... I think it's more rare than that, but... I would love to ask. That'd be such a good question. Wait! That is level 97 crafting coming in from our daily flask run. It is not every day you get a Slayer level and a crafting level just doing dailies. Not bad, not bad, not bad. We can make a Brooch of the Gods, which is a thing that I will never be making, but cool. Yeah, like, I'm sure the number comes from something, Mika. But okay, so here's my guess as to where that number came from. My guess is that the wiki asked people for their HSR-related stuff, how many kills at each bosses they've done, and this and that and the other, and then what their HSR outputs were, as a way to determine a drop rate. But the problem with doing that is only the people that had HSR drops were probably interested in sharing their HSR drop rate, like people who'd hit the table at least. So if I were to guess, it's more rare than that, but the way they collected the data was probably a little skewed towards, yeah, because like I would not submit to that just to let them know that I never got one, you know? But yeah, I'm sure whatever process they used, like, made sense in some way. I'm sure, like, someone didn't randomly pull a number. Do you wait to assemble the Thesaurus or sell the parts? It doesn't really matter. If I was on my main, I would sell the parts. I loved your Telos grind so much. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, Cody. How do you feel that melee range mage feels less experienced players are not considering the styles anymore? I think the combat changes helped, but yeah, they still... I think they need to lower the floor on them. I think they need to make them easier to get into. Yeah, I would be in favor of that. Dude, I love when the Grimoire doesn't load into the preset. Cool, cool, cool. Someone said HSR is 1 in a million for Abbey Demons. Yeah, I remember someone saying that too. I just think because it's so rare, it's really hard for players to estimate a drop rate. Like, it just... You can't really. That loading bug, I've never had that before or never noticed. I believe the bug is if you have exact matching on it. And it thinks that the Grimoire in my bank is a different Grimoire because the timer on it is lower, and that doesn't count as exact, but it's kind of stupid because you can literally only have one Grimoire. So, but yeah, if you don't have exact matching on, I'm assuming you probably don't encounter it. But yeah, anyway. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We're gonna get green sparkles. 1-on-1 for bow. I agree. That's what I'm feeling today. Yeah, we're going off today. That's it. Did you get the error message when it doesn't load? I don't know, because I filter my chat because I have to filter my chat. So if I don't filter my chat, it's the worst. Has anyone here experienced random client freezes? I haven't, but thank you for unlocking a new fear. That's what I want to hear in my Twitch chat during a hardcore Ironman stream. Yupper. Absolutely. Anyone else's world down? Bruh. Nah. You ain't getting me.
That's your plan. The edicts.
Anyone else's power grid being hacked by China? Can't say I've personally experienced that one, but you know, doesn't hurt to ask, I suppose. Autofocus left the chat. It's the light ball again, isn't it? Well, actually, I don't think it can be the light ball. It has to be something else in my room. See, maybe I could just go back to manual focus, but I'd rather just figure out a way for it to work. You know what would actually fix it? If I get a chair that doesn't have a back, I think that it is going to have an easier time figuring out that I am a person and I am the subject. Basically, what I'm saying is there are lots of options here. I just need to enact one or many of them. Get the Logitech Herman Miller? I want you to know that I do not have the funds for that. I do have the funds for a second-hand Herman Miller from an office supply sale. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at spending, like, at most, if it's a really, really good brand, I'd want to spend at most $500 Canadian on a chair. So my current chair is falling apart. I've had it for a lot of time. Isn't the Logitech Herman Miller chair like $2,000? I can't drop that on a chair. The health and safety of my back is just not worth that. 1,600? Is that American? Yeah, I can't do that. Like, it'd be really cool, but it's I don't think I need an extravagant chair. Drop that amount because I never need another chair. Yeah, I'm hoping I can do the same thing, but without dropping that amount. Think about the tax write-off. I filed my taxes last night, and relating to tax write-offs, all of my like physiotherapy for my hands before necromancy and like all that stuff was like all of my write-offs. It was like $1,000, and the rebate on that was $60. It's like, it's cool, I guess. You know, it's better than nothing. You know, that doesn't move the needle, but you know.
This is not long enough. It's time you learned your place, vermin. Heed my call.
Yeah, the thing that bodied me this year is my taxes were very low, but because I'm self-employed, I have to pay into a pension. And the amount I had to pay into the pension was, it was 3 times more than I had to pay in taxes for this CPP. And I'm not saying a pension is a bad thing, because it's not a bad thing. But you get no choice. You have to pay into it. And I think it's tough specifically for young people that like actually need and or want money now. Telling them that instead of having money now, they need to pay into a pension so that they have money when they retire, which is like possibly smart, especially if the average person isn't super financially literate. But the way I see it is less likely that I need money at that point than it is that I need money now, because I'm currently at a space where I will literally never be able to afford a home. So it's like, you know, that's a bit of a feels bad, but I also I completely understand why they require it for self-employed people. I totally get it. But, yeah. Usually your employer pays half and the limit is pretty low. But if you're self-employed, the limit is doubled. So I pay double the amount into it. All right, any sparkles? Dude. You go again? Is that because you're an employee and the employee? Yes. I believe so. But it's also just like, it's completely compulsory. Like, it's not optional. You can't opt out. You can't be like, you know what, guys, I don't need a pension. I need to be able to afford a house now. Or whatever, you know? You can't, But yeah. This is an interesting system. But yeah, the reason why it's forced here, or you kind of have to go jump through a lot of hoops to avoid it, is because the money that I am paying into it, it's not money that's being saved for me, right? It's money that they're using to pay people's pensions currently. And then the next generation of people, the money they put in will then go to me when I'm that age, right? So they actually need people contributing to it. I think that's why it works the way it does. But yeah, anyway, I got to learn about pensions. It was fun, kind of. But yeah, anyway. We're all good. Also, some actual exciting news that we are gonna possibly be trying out. Not to jump the gun on anything, but after doing some preliminary feelers and number crunching, I believe the RS Guy Productions on the YouTube side, it is looking like is gonna be able to expand potentially. Yeah, after the discussions from yesterday's stream, I actually ran the numbers and looked at it and went through the backlog. And I think I found a really good candidate who is interested. And yeah, so it is possible that we could be going from a 1-editor system to a 2-editor system. Disappointed? I thought you were going to say shut down. Yeah, which would be cool. It would just mean more videos to you guys. It doesn't really impact anything else. But yeah, could be nice. Because yeah, I think in 2023 was the year I experimented with offsetting paying for editors with sponsors, right? and wanted to see if that was financially feasible to like offset the cost, and then you guys just get a ton of videos. And I don't really make a lot of money or any money on the videos, but you guys get a lot of videos, and they also don't cost me anything, right? They're break even, and it seems like that worked really, really well. So, not to get into this stuff, but I mean, it's a business. You have to look at this stuff. The YouTube channel, I believe the cost of paying for it, like for video editing and stuff, ended up being about 80% of the amount of money it made. Which basically means that as long as you count the amount of money I made as like almost zero, which is fine because I don't do it for the money. I do it because I like being a YouTuber, okay? It means it's actually financially viable to bring more editors on board, which is cool. So yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Like, whenever new people are being onboarded or whatever, like it takes a long time, and you know, it's never instantaneous, but yeah, just means there is a chance we get a better upload frequency, but it's cool. Potentially grow your viewer base off viewers who might come watch your Twitch. Yeah, exactly. So it's hard to quantify that though. Like, but yeah, in a way you could view the YouTube channel as a marketing spend for the Twitch streams if you wanted to. I view it more as a marketing spend, not for the Twitch streams directly, but for the brand itself. So like, if on YouTube, I want to be the person that has info on everything that's coming out and has tons of consistent uploads on every update and all that stuff, I know I can't do that as an individual who might be starting a new full-time job and is also, you know, already full-time streaming as my primary source of income. So it's like, you know, yeah, very cool. I try not to talk about it or think about it like that too much, like as a business, even though that is what it is, just because like that's not how I view it. It's just you need to make smart choices with regard to the you need to make smart decisions with regard to like the finances and everything else. But it's effectively an expensive passion project.
Finally, I who commanded the greatest armies of history. I who laid low Zaros. No?
Hello, good luck on both pieces. Thank you.
Chaos will reign. You think you've won. It will never be over. Not until
Yeah,
you
I have some thoughts about, not like that individual, but I did hear there were some people that were unhappy with Modly being back because a lot of people's main content is reading the patch notes. And I like understand that there's a market for that specifically because Modly left. And I'm personally really happy that Modly is back because what I hope it does is I hope that allows content creators to go back to making actual content, entertainment content, because that's something there isn't enough of in RuneScape. So I see it as a really, really good thing, but I understand it's stressful for some people whose primary source of income is reading the patch notes. But I think that's info that belongs on the RuneScape channel and that should have always been on the RuneScape channel. So anyway, the way I see it, I think some creators are going to have to do a pivot into different content, but I think it's going to be a pivot into higher value, better content. I think it gives people an opportunity to get creative, which I think that should be the backbone of content creation. So I was really, really happy about it. Does it matter what order pads you do? Yes, very important. Am I full bad luck mitigation? Probably not full, but I've got my 10 kills. Like, I've got my progressive bad luck mitigation going right now. Sorry, that was me crunching through an ice cube. Yeah, I also think there are going to be sub-markets to it. Like, I don't know. I think if people are viewing it kind of selfishly, it's negative because someone else is doing the thing I do. But it's going to bring so many new people to the RuneScape YouTube space, which means that you're going to get your content recommended to people more. It increases the pool of viewership, which is really, like, it should be beneficial to everyone that the RuneScape channel is back to posting. It's the same reason why for months and months and months, I've been saying that the RuneScape channel needs to do more streams. Exact same premise, which is that it just grows the pool of viewers in here, and that benefits everybody. So yeah, anyway. That's my take on it, because people have been asking me, I've been asked before if I think it's a bad thing that Lee is back taking viewers away from other creators. And to me, I think it also opens up a lot of sub-markets too. As an example, a good sub-market that it opens is the patch notes video will tell you what changed. So now there's going to be a whole new economy of players that know what changed and are then going to immediately be looking at, okay, but how good is this? How do I feel about this? Easy. So make content that has a little more kind of feeling and opinion in it about things. Instead of just stating what changed, give your thoughts on what changed. Which, by the way, is something that Omid already does exceptionally. But yeah, anyway. I think it's a huge positive that they've made an investment into the RuneScape YouTube channel. But yeah, people are welcome to disagree too. I'm not like, based on my experience in the industry, I think it's going to be a positive. But you're not like wrong if you disagree with that. And we'll have the real answer is like, we'll have to find out and see, but I think it's going to be a positive. What's up, Brian? How are you? I'm doing well, Lovebite. How are you? Doing a little Zammy. Every time I get a bloody slider puzzle, John Toronto has to walk 1,000 more steps. Dude. John has been walking a lot. It's because he works on his feet. But he's been like, he's been going ham. Bang. 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 All right. Let's go. Doing well. I got Yakapet in 15 kills. Congrats. I mean, it's one of the harder pets to get. So that's actually really, really good. It's kind of a hard pet to get because I don't think raids are the most active thing in the world anymore.
This is no longer amusing. Mortals should not play with power meant for gods. Heed my
So that seems pretty big for the account. Can't do 213653. 213653? Wait a second. But no, I can't do the, well, I can do the rotation from the guide, but it's inefficient. It will make my kills about 20 seconds faster, and it would cost me probably 2 full minutes in additional supplies because it's a rotation where you take more damage. And I think a lot of guides that exist kind of obsess about kill speed and kills per hour, but don't look at supply costs and the opportunity cost of that because most people aren't Ironmen. But yeah, I very specifically don't use that method because I'd much rather use almost no food for my whole kill. And if I have early twin shot, I'm using food every kill. Good question, though. Yeah, so it's less so much that I can't do that order and more that it's not worth it for me to do that order. What's my pad order? So all I'm doing is I'm just doing pad 1 later. That's the only change I'm making. So I'm doing 2, 4, 6, 1, 5, 3. And the reason it's slower is because you've got a lot of running around mid-kill. Is this the hardest boss in the game right now? I mean, if you're getting into like niche stuff like, oh, solo hard mode Virago or solo Yakamaru Mirage phase or stuff like that, then definitely not. But in terms of bosses where it's like an actual boss you would do for GP, definitely high Enrage Zami is the hardest boss in the game. Like 2Ks. Like the hardest boss that there would actually be like a progressing your account reason to do. If we can look at it that way. But no, absolutely, it's not harder than solo hard mode Virago or something like that. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I just like this method. It just, the kills are really smooth. That's the biggest thing. Like, they're very consistent. The kill times are very consistent. I'm happy with them. Actually, sparkleless. Holy moly. Funny if order actually included the pad order. 2 number 2s, a number 4, a number 6. Hold the lettuce. Wait, isn't there already one? I think there is one. What do my all that's I'm asking when I do it? Not like you, I die P7 and no food. Probably a practice thing. Might be a learning how to soul split flick thing. Might be a using the necromancy ghost thing. It could be a lot of things. And it could be your phase 7 strategy too. I'm working on a video fairly soon that goes over phase 7 with melee and with necromancy at 500% enrage and how to do it. I like how Upard now just puts green sparkles in every emote. I know, it's nice. The only thing is, I need to refresh my my 7 TV, or it's like sign me out or something, but it's currently not working. And I'm kind of bummed about it, I'm not gonna lie. Because I can't see them. Exporting Henry is such a crazy emote. I hate that we have that emote. I really do. Do I have Demon Slayer perk on my top or bottom? Why did I check? It is on my bottom.
Your plan, the edicts. Heed my call.
Whoop. He's perishing. Now we're good. Yeah, I gotta refresh my stream though. I'm missing all the great emotes, you know? The cultural ones. Yeah, basically the only time I have to eat during these skills, I mean, it's literally just every time I life transfer, I need to Rocktail brew, and that's it. Do I volley spec Omni or Omni spec volley? Wait, for last phase or for during the pads? I don't use my Omni Guard for the pads at all. I use it for, yeah, because the cooldown doesn't change, right? It's kind of a bad option because it's got a 60-second cooldown, and unlike Death Skulls where the cooldown gets shorter over time because of the pad 2 buff. I think it's the pad 2 buff, maybe the pad 4 buff. Yeah, I use Omni at like random points. I basically just use it whenever there's like a lot of gray HP left. How long do I switch to mailing? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm still happy necroing, but yeah, at a certain point, I'd definitely be down to work out a melee setup. Oh, I don't have conjures. Ooh. Doesn't matter. So yeah, here, because I've got all this gray HP, this would be a point where I would Omni Guard. But yeah, I don't want to rely on it for my skip rotation just because the cooldown doesn't get faster. So that would make my kill slower. It's a good question though. But yeah, so basically it's Split Soul, Bloat, Skulls, and then Volley, and then Finger of Death. And that's usually enough to phase it completely. But yeah, it does depend on the pad. So, like, yeah, for this pad. I mean, honestly, most pads look like this. Skulls, Split Soul. And then it's just Volley. Finger of Death. Ooh! Finger of Death again. And it'll phase. Even when you step on a Chaos Trap. And then here I like to Omni Guard before last pad. Because I don't want to accidentally use it after the pad. Because if I use it after the pad, it actually ruins my P7. Because it'll still be on cooldown when I'm in P7. Which is, you know, kind of not good. How come I use Rocktails instead of Blibbers? Usually when I'm eating, because Rocktails are way worse than Blibbers usually, but usually when I need to do an eat in these kills, it's either against the Witch. Yeah, it's either against the Witch, or it's before charging a pad. And in both those instances, my adrenaline doesn't matter. Because the pad's gonna get me to full anyway. And all the abilities I'm using are not adrenaline related abilities. It's like Volley of Souls and Finger of Death with Necrosis. They don't take any. So Rocktails are just better for this just because they require no upkeep. Even though usually adrenaline matters a lot more. It doesn't when you're necroing. Just a little necromancy advantage. I missed the Rocktail soup meta. I mean, I still used it a couple spots. I bring Rocktail soups to my high Enrage Zammy kills. Makes sense. Thank you. No problem. That's also a good question, too. Kilsa, I appreciate the attempt. I really do. But it's going to be next kill. Now that we're done with the green sparkles, now it's time. Hi, I'm Bart. Thank you so much for the almost 7 years. Glad to see you're still enjoying the game and have found success with it. Glorp. Thank you for the glorp. That's the thing I'm most excited about. Wait, I need to get my 7 TV working. Why are we not working? It says it's enabled. We need to sign in. Hold on, I'm gonna do it really quick. Now this feels important. My own enjoyment of this stream is being hindered. Oh, it signed me out. Log in. Check my mobile phone. Okay, bro, I'm doing it. I'm doing it too. All right, chat. Can you guys remember? No, I'm kidding. Okay, I think we're good. All right, I'm gonna refresh the page. Can someone in chat hit me with a glorp? Or with something? Green sparkles, baby? Oh, it's not working. I don't know. Huh. That is weird. I don't know. I get that issue sometimes, yeah. I think it just be like that sometimes. It'll just randomly be fixed one day too. I keep seeing a green cat above your head. Yeah, that's working. I see them above my head. Hey, Creator Forward, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. It's a fun name. What's the top override? It's the, is it the Woodland Archer outfit or Woodland Ranger? I think Woodland Ranger outfit. It was from the Christmas event, I believe. Ooh. Thank you for the raid to pose. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream. Okay, but Power Filter, do you want one Zerker or multiple Zerkerings? Do you need 10? Good luck, thank you. Been watching some of your RSC videos from time. I'm an old school player myself. Your videos are great. Thought I would give you a follow and drop in from time to time. Oh, thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. That means a lot. And I'm glad you've been enjoying the content. That, like, it means so much more to you. Like, especially when people don't play the game and they still watch my content. Like, sometimes people will write in and be like, hey, Ryan, by the way, quit the game 2 years ago. Still watch your video. That's the coolest thing. It really means a lot. Christmas and formerly TH. Oh, really? It was TH before. Yeah, it's a recolorable outfit. The only thing that's bad about it being recolorable is it bugs rune apps. So when you're trying to pull assets off of rune apps, like if I try to load in my character model, but I want to change his top to a different top, any recolorable outfit just breaks. So that's one kind of annoying thing. Still play RSA, but more in bursts. FF takes a lot of your time. Interesting. Yeah, I know almost nothing about FF other than that their character models look better than RuneScape's character models. That's all I got. I forgot how long it took to get harmonic dust, and it's doing me head in. Yeah, it's a solid, like, put on a movie, and by the end of the movie, you'll have enough for your upgrade. It definitely... I'll say it. It's a little cumbersome.
This is no longer in use. Mortals should not play with
Wait, I think I get a special here. Wait, unless we're just cracked. Nice. Whew. Yeah, it's AFK at least. Well, kind of. I had to do it recently for a crystal axe because I was like, no, I will not be training woodcutting with a dragon axe at Elder Logs. That sounds absolutely terrible. I don't care about the crystal pickaxe though. I'm not getting one. Mining is too AFK with like the crazy like power burst method.
It's time you learned your place, vermin. Heed my call.
It's like AFK to the point where it like cannot be asked. If 120 mining comes out, then I would need to probably get it. But actually, then again, on my main, even no. My main is like 107 mining and like is actually going for 120 all. And even then, I could not be bothered. Want to race to 120 all? I think you'll beat me if you are playing the game. Even at like a moderate cadence, I think you'll surpass me in no time.
Dare defy me. I who commanded the greatest armies in history. I who made no Zaros. Gillinor will burn.
Endgame magic, reavers or channelers. It kind of depends what boss you're fighting. And if you're like fort ticking or not, but...
Will never be over.
I believe if you're doing like the classic fractured staff to armortal setup with like the armortal battle staff, I believe channelers is better. What's my kill count at the minute? I think I'm like working towards 250. Is that main 200 Mortal Kombat? Yeah, just by playing the game. Incoming drop? Hey, that was a good kill time. 603. Okay. That was a terrible loot though. One's lurking for now, very early game Ironman. Look at the log if you can. Let's take a look here. Let's see it. Yeah, I mean, your kill count's low, though. And you got the pet. I don't think you could be mad about that log. I hate to tell you this, but... How many kills I done? 500? All of them. Oh, like how many for bad luck mitigation? I should be close to max. Why don't I use rerolls? Because I already used them all. I had 44 rerolls, and I used every single one. So now we're at the point where we're just actually killing the boss. Yeah, that is pretty classic, though. Getting the really rare thing and going dry on the common thing. I see if I need extras in my Zuck chest. I haven't really done Zuck on this account. I've only done like 3 or 4 runs just to get my capes. Because I didn't bother going for Magma yet. Because I haven't really needed to... Honestly, I haven't really needed to mage in the last little while. Yeah, I think I literally have 4 Zuck kills. Well, no, I'd have 5, right? Yeah, you need 5 for the combined Zuck cape. So, yeah, 5. Any drops since yesterday's codex? Nope. Nothing since then. So that's why we're pretty good on bad luck mitigation. We should be able to snag a drop pretty early into today's stream. What combat meta did I like the most? That's also a good question. I really liked Magic right before the Essence of Finality came out. I think it was a very, like, pure meta. Magic, 4-ticking. I did a lot of Telos back then. That's kind of when I pushed to 4K, and I really, really loved it. Yeah, so that'd be, like, that'd be tied for my favorite meta. I really, really liked that meta. The other, actually 2 other metas that I really liked. It'll be a 3-way tie. I liked the Greater Ricochet right after Raksha release ranged meta. That kind of led us into Elder God Wars before the Fasoa took over. I thought it was also a really fun meta where you just get to start playing with the EOF and getting extra adrenaline and dumping dark bows. And it was before people did crit adren, because I've never really been a fan of crit adren. But I really liked Hydrix Bolt adren. It just felt really, really fun to dump dark bows and have more adren than normal because of a setup you were using. And then going back a little further, I really, really liked the Greater Barge melee era right after Elite Dungeon 2 came out. And I think I enjoyed that meta a lot because melee rotations were like completely set in a way that felt really, really good to execute them. You got to do a lot of damage. It was the strongest style. It felt well balanced with the trade-offs of meleeing. And then, yeah, the rotations themselves are really, really cool. Where like the base barge rotation was super, super easy to do. Where you bleed your destroy and then you get another destroy right at the very end. And then there were nice rooms for improvement as well. Like if you wanted to, you could start it by zerking, barging, and then autoing before you bleed your destroy, and then hurricaning at the end. And then you'd get your hurricane on the last tick of zerk, and like all of those little modifications to it. I just thought it was like simple, accessible, but with really, really interesting complexities that you could kind of add on at your leisure. So those would be my 3 favorite metas. Yeah, what about you? Best combat era was pre-EOC? Okay, that's a little too far back, I think. I think you might be playing the wrong game. That's, you may want to play old... Do you know that's actually an option still? Love the era after arc before EOFs. Yep, that's one of my favorites. Gricka range meta, yeah. I think a lot of people feel the same way as me. Bro, we all have the same favorite metas. That's okay though. Those were fun eras of RuneScape. Whew. Le trap. Oh no. Help, please. Brother. You suck. Okay. Might have overkilled that. May have used a couple defensives more than I needed. That's okay though. I'm also sure there were other good areas of combat. I just like didn't really play some of them. Yeah, as a PvPer, I liked the Karasi days. I thought they were kind of fun. And I like Darok PKing right before Amulet of Forsaken came out. I even had like PvP accounts and stuff. Like I used to love PvP.
Dare defy me. I who commanded the greatest armies in history. I who laid low
Dang.
Zaros. Dinner will burn.
800 kills, no Omni Guard. I'm sorry. Honestly, take a break. That is a great piece of advice. Come back in a couple weeks.
Not until you lie broken.
Yeah, that just sounds rough. Oh wait, I got Streameroon. The Streameroon? Can't be mad about the Streameroon, you know? Bang. Ryan used to test weapons in the wilderness. I did. Back in my day. I miss when Barge was mutated, you know? Not this greater stuff. You had the most fun pre-EOC? No, that's fair. No, I've got no issues with that. I just think it's wild that you haven't found that level of enjoyment in like 11 years. That's a bit unfortunate, you know? The mutated Marge, correct. Exactly. Back in my day, revs used to be scary. You mean like 2 years ago? Or you mean like 200 years ago? I used to do PvP combat during school lunch break at the public library. I would do free-to-play Clan Wars back when it was in the Wildy. And whenever a Revenant would come by, everybody would freak out. And be like, watch it, there's a Rev. Okay, Gramps, let's get you to bed. Ryan is younger than me. Look, it happens. Golden times playing RS in the public library. They were fun times. I will say, I'm sure if the game was like that now, I would be calling it trash. So it's kind of one of those things where you got to be careful with the nostalgia trap. There's a word for it. I can't remember what the word for it is, but the way that it works is you think you miss a thing, but really what you miss is when life was more simple back then for you. So a lot of time people remember the things in their adolescence as being way better than they actually were, because they don't actually miss the thing, they miss the way that their life was when they didn't have to worry about bills or wars or the economy or anything. They just got to frolic. I'm turning 32 this month. I'm basically dead. Oh no. That's untrue. Subway was both better and cheaper back then. You know what? That is true. I'm actually with you on that. This is a tune.
You actually think that this will work, don't you? That Guthix's old tricks will stop me again? Heed my call!
How do you think you do, but you don't a few years before they release classic servers? No, we actually do. No, but the trick to that is, like, it does work, right? If they released a pre-EOC Karasi era days, or like even go to 2003, like, I guarantee people would play it for a time. But it's like what old schools had to do, right? Is they got their initial viewers and players because people were into that nostalgia. But then they realized really quickly that we need to keep people by making new, fresh stuff, because people actually want new, fresh stuff. So in that sense, they kind of bamboozled their player base into playing something that is not the reason they started playing. People didn't start playing old school because it was a new game based around. They wanted it to be exactly old RuneScape. So yeah, that's sort of the ultimate bamboozlement. Do I have a video guide on ED2? I don't think I made guides to ED2, unfortunately. Maybe I did? I don't think I did. I'm sorry. During 30 this year, I remember sleeping on the floor when I was 20, wake up 5 and go to the gym. Now I sleep a little bit crooked in my bed and I feel like I'm gonna die. You know what's wild about that? I used to, between ages like 20 and 23, I was the dude that didn't have a bed. I just slept on a mattress on the floor in my streaming room. And I was the guy that's like, I don't get the point. What's the point of a bed? It just like makes it a little higher up. The point of a bed is that you're not sleeping on the floor. Yeah, that was like, literally, it was this exact room. This whole room has been redone. But yeah, literally this room. That's where we started. Started from the bottom, literally started from the bottom, and now we're here. I can't quote Drake, though. Drake took a bit of an L on Tuesday. I do love the reasoning. Well, I don't agree with that reasoning at all now. It's like maybe a bed is a nice thing to have. Anyway, definitely did some growing up before Anna came into my life, which is probably fortunate, because I think if she had met me in my early 20s, there is no universe we would have worked out. There's no universe.
You think you've won? Will never be over. Not until you lie broken.
Imagine making her sleep on the floor. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be good, right? No, because like when I had people over to spend the night, unironically on the floor, that's crazy. What was wrong with me? Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, they used to Rago like 4 videos ago. Yeah, yeah, back when I was a meme in the community. I mean, I still am, but like in a much worsely connotated way. I was thinking that maybe finally get a bed. That's a good question. I think it just, at a certain age, I came into the realization that it's like, something can have value without it necessarily needing like a logical, practical value. Like it was like the idea that like, I don't know, I'm allowed to have stuff that is nice that I just like because I like, you know? And I think also starting from streaming and starting to stream as someone that was like in student debt and had no, you know, money or anything extravagant, I just kind of got very used to like not not buying anything unless it had a very decidedly important purpose. And yeah, I don't know. At a certain point, I was like, okay, I'm like 23 or 24, whatever. I was like, I think I should have a bed. I think a bed would be good. It's also like not that I couldn't afford a bed. I just couldn't justify the cost of a bed or like the effort of setting up a bed. I just like didn't care at all. A bed had zero value to me. I haven't slept in bed in 20 years. Hey, that works for you. That works for you. No judgment here. Oh, no. I did no damage to the boss, bro. Nah, this ain't phasing. There's no way. Bank, please? Nah. What's the KC looking like? Probably 250. Good night, Chat Ryan. Midnight here. Ooh, good luck on the drops. Thank you, Power Filter. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Take it easy. Can you dart Zammy? You cannot dart Zamorak, the Lord of Chaos. Your ability tracker is Necroprayer instead of Melee Prayer. I know, and I need to change it, and it's been like that for like 2 months, and it's probably very confusing. I think I set it up for Vorkath, and I haven't changed it since then. That is my L to hold. Does Jaspbook not work on Zammy? So the reason Jaspbook is really good for Necro is it's really good for Necro at Salve Amulet bosses, especially when you're using a Blood Reaver, because the Reaver, I can speak, will proc the Jaspbook a bunch. So you get a bunch of extra procs, and then it's also really good on poisonable bosses too, because the Reaver is good on the poisonable bosses. But okay, ignore the thing about poisonable bosses for now. One thing at a time. One of the things that's really good about the Jaspbook is it will hit a really high amount because it stacks damage from your damage as well as your conjure damage. So on a boss like Raziel, it's really, really good. And Vorkath as well. Because of the Salve Amulet too, that makes a big difference. But at other bosses like Zamorak, it's not particularly good. Full book is the best book here. Because the proc timing is very specific, right? Like, I only need damage for like 10% of this kill, and then the other 90% is what I'm doing right now, where I'm just building stacks, right? So if I got a big Jas proc while I'm just trying to build stacks, it's completely useless. It doesn't actually help me get my skip at all. So yeah, no, Jaspbook would be, I would say, quite bad at Zamorak. Just because there's such a limited time where I actually need damage. Full book is scary. If I had a full book, I think I would be using it. I don't know, though. I feel like full book going off on P6 is probably, like, a little unpleasant. It's maybe not. There's a cat yowling, I think, outside my door. Hopefully not outside the house. Okay, I'm gonna briefly check. Give me like a second. No, okay, no. He's completely fine. He's just being dramatic. It's because my windows are open in my room, and he likes that idea, but I know the second I let him in here and close my door, he's going to want to leave because there are people in my house over. Oh, my hour's up. Ooh, okay. Also, I probably get special attacks here. I'm just letting you guys know, because the heal is going to be really, really bad. It's okay.
This is no longer amusing.
It's okay.
Should not play with power meant for gods.
Yeah, just plan to get specials here. That's fine.
Unfettered. Heed my call.
Nice. And we reset the heal. Also means I don't have HP boost for this kill. That's a little monka too. Food is getting kind of low. Yeah, I'll be fine. Not to worry, team. We're all good.
This has gone on long enough. It's time you learned your place, vermin.
If I play my cards right, like, none of this should use any food, so we're okay. Thank you for letting me know, though. Woo! Oh, shit. Okay. So that's a sign of life. And I got no food, too. Okay. Or petit peu épicé, this one. A little spice. It's all right. Spice can be a good thing. Teleport? On P6. Y'all are voting teleport on P6. I can't tell you on P6, man. I mean, like, I could, but I would prefer not to.
The greatest armies in history. I who laid low Zamorak. No! Gillinor
I'll be fine.
burn. Chaos will reign. You think you've won. It will never be.
And if I make a mistake on P7, I will teleport instantly.
broken.
He's clutch. Whew. Okay. We're chilling. 8 minutes? Okay, I did go AFK in the middle, though. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I did go AFK in the middle. All right, let's buy a life refresh. Or find a life refresh. Cool. Yeah, it's like as soon as we get to P7, it's safe. Just the before that was kind of bad. That's okay. Just gonna decant these. Also, I have everything I need to make a bajillion overloads. So, we don't need to worry too much about that. I, like, literally have, I actually just have the Supreme, so I could just make them. So I'm not so worried about that. All right. How did I learn range? I honestly haven't learned range yet completely, unfortunately. What's my favorite Avril Lavigne song? You know, it's just really hard to pick. Like, there's so many classics, you know? I think as a real and true fan, how could I settle for one song? The whole discography. The one she did with Millennium. Can you log in and mute RSN? Huh? This isn't a little spice, it's the ghost pepper. Yeah, I mean, I figured because I've got rod, it's okay. But yeah. We're all good. And I'd already dealt with the melee slam too, so. I'm trying to get drops. You can't get drops if you teleport out, so it's all good. I think food got low there. I actually don't know why food got so low there. Probably because I'm not on Flask Brews. How do I learn new combat style? You look at a PvMe rotation or you watch a good ranger. Like watch Pup kill Raksha one time and then go off of that. Just try to replicate it or recreate it. That's how I would do it. Like if I was trying to learn efficient range, I would literally just grab a Raksha kill from Pup and then watch it in like slow-mo. Hey, Astro Daniel. Very good. We've got an ocean man in chat. Even better, we have a prideful ocean man in chat. Those are pretty rare. Yeah, not Pup when he's going for world record. Obviously, that's just teleport out simulator. You're not gonna learn a thing from that. But like when you're, yeah. You're gonna see Elenium in June. I'm hyped. Nice. I've seen Elenium just the one time, but it was really, really good. My one piece of advice I would give you, and I mean this genuinely as someone that's been to a lot of concerts, it was the single loudest experience of my life. And I didn't bring earplugs because I was like, there's no way I need earplugs. I've never needed earplugs for any concert I've been to in my life, and I've been to a stupid amount of concerts. It was like the single loudest thing in human history. It was absolutely like my ears are ringing for like 2 weeks. Hey, Rocker, gotta say you're a goat for your Ironman guide, man. Thank you. I did not make the guide, but I'm glad it helped. Shout out Kilsa, who made the guide and then let me steal it. Yeah, see, Kilsa, even though it's aggressively outdated, it's still helpful.
That's your plan, dicks. Heed my call.
Yeah, and it's possible it's just the venue I was at, but it was, yeah, it was really bad. It was actually uncomfortably loud. But yeah, it was a really, really good show. Don't start with every tool at once. Easier to learn how to add. That's true too, yeah. Pick up one thing at a time. The arrow switching, or the EOF switching, or the prayer flicking, or yeah, something like that.
You actually think that this will work?
Yeah, that feels like a bad answer to the question. It's like, hey Ryan, how did you learn range? I actually didn't. I think just raves are super loud. I'm just surprised that, like... I'm surprised it was probably like 4 times louder than like Post Malone. And probably 5 times louder than like Macklemore. And probably 8 times louder than 21 Pilots. You know, like it was just like it was obscenely loud. I'd never experienced anything like it. Is a tune. Any green sparkles? 0. For now. Yeah, it was like that, Danny. It was like that. My bones felt like they were rattling. Bulg seems so weird. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, honestly, it depends on if you want to monitor your stacks and watch them constantly. In my opinion, you don't necessarily need to count your bulk stacks constantly. Like, if you're going to focus your mental on all of the arrow swaps and EF swaps, you probably output more damage doing that than doing none of those things and then just looking at your bulk stacks. That's my hot take of the day. Yeah, to be fair, I've never been to a metal show, so I'm sure those are very loud too.
Dare defy me. I who commanded the greatest armies in history. I who laid low Zaros. No!
Bonk.
Gillinor will burn! Chaos will reign! You think you've won! It will never be over! Not until you lie broken!
Nice, good little kill. What was I saying about arrows? I was saying, like, you don't need to necessarily count your bulk stacks constantly to still do good damage. That's all I was saying. It's like, it's one of the layers of things you should learn how to do, but it's not like... Yeah. Go to one, even a heavy pop punk like a Day to Remember. They're great fun. It's just not my kind of music usually. That's kind of all it is. Like, that's just not my main music taste. Hello, Sona. How are you? Is there an order which you should use Panth, Anachronia, and Bonfire? Well, Bonfire doesn't stack with the other two, so if you're using Panth, don't Bonfire at all. Technically, I believe you're meant to... You meant to Panth... I can't remember. There is an order, though. I'll give you my Prime when I have it. The other streamer I watched got banned. Okay, seems like a story there. But, hey, I'll take it. Please, let your friends know, too. If their streamer got banned, they can drop a primer here instead. Ammo got banned? Ammo doesn't get banned. Nah. Ain't no way. You can't ban the goat. I will say, Amaranth was actually very nice. And I had a very, very pleasant interaction with her at TwitchCon. One of the more pleasant streamer interactions I had at TwitchCon was with Amaranth. there a step where you log after a particular HP boost so you get extra? If there is, I've not ever heard of anyone doing that. Wish more streamers would get banned. Every Tuesday I get Twitch admin to start blasting into the streamer pool. Dude, I think streamers need forced vacation. Twitch needs to give out... Every streamer needs a 2-week ban once per year. Twitch will offer you 2 or 3 different times, and you gotta pick one.
That's your plan. The edicts.
Just as a forced break up the grind. That's actually a terrible idea, but I am putting it out there that a lot of streamers feel like they can't take a day off because they're grinding. Ryan wants his vacation around July 1st to get married. It wouldn't be a bad time for it. Peak of the summer.
You actually think that this will work, don't you? That Gothix's old tricks will stop me again.
Also, the kills today, other than that one that was terrible, have been really, really good kill time wise. I'm quite happy. We had 2 kills last hour that were like 6 minutes on the dot. It's good. That means we're doing it. Any duplicate books today? No drops today, which is fine. Sometimes you just have to droplessly grind the boss, you know?
This is no longer an illusion. Mortals should not play with power meant for gods.
Sometimes you gotta do it to him. Got boots earlier. Guess it's nice how everyone uses melee. Nice. Have your kills started going better at all, Sona? Or are they still a little bit of a steer? Hopefully they're going a little better. I don't want to see either of us lose our hardcores at Zamo the Rock. These making good comments. I cannot believe that I have, with the rare relics, at least 2.2 bill of raw alcohols sitting in my bank. That feels wrong. To get 1 billion gold without using the Grand Exchange. You know? La bomba! Wait, why is it spawning right on me, bro? It's kind of annoying. Oh, that's fine. Good song. One P7 was a little steer. Not too bad, I didn't sign. I had quite possibly the worst P7 in history. It was yesterday. I accidentally immorted instead of invoke deathing. So I had no adrenaline. So I couldn't do my regular rotation. So I used split soul because I knew I needed the extra damage. And then I tanked a 9k melee hit right before the big bomb. Because I was soul splitting. Because I forgot to flick it. And then, the big bomb knocked me to... Sorry. The melee hit knocked me to 2k life points. I scrambled to eat food. And then, after eating all the food I had, the big bomb knocked me to, it knocked me to like 1,000 something. Like I was right on the execute line. And then it somehow cycled. It was really bad. We're gonna try to not do that again. I also had 2 kills yesterday where for whatever reason I was running on the wrong cadence. So the boss was just, the demon was just walloping me the whole time. That was also crazy. The demon hit me like 11,000 damage. I was like, that doesn't seem the best. OMG, I'm in time for the bow piece. That is correct. You are indeed. Welcome. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, my favorite was the one where I died after the cutscene. That pissed me off so much. It's in the intro, the stream intro. That blew my mind. I was so annoyed. Like, literally after the bosses died and the whole cutscene played, I got hit with like a 5k. Was that a bug? Yeah, but I think it's still in the game. It's with Death Skulls. Death Skulls killed the bee as I killed Zammy. Can I give you an extra Chaos Roar book? Yeah, I'd love to. I got extras. We know that for sure. You accidentally Death Skulled 1P7? I had a situation yesterday too, actually, Sona, where I had one extra auto on a rune that had died, but it happened to be the Death Spark auto, and then my Aftershock and Crackling both went off on that exact auto. So it actually one-shot the rune from full, and I took a 10k right before the melee slam. I've had a couple weird ones. It is I. Hello, John. How's it going? Wait, where's my damage? Oh mon dieu. I definitely did something wrong there. That's okay. I was probably my, actually, I don't know what I did wrong. Wait, that hit a 4k through my spirit shield. It's good to know, I guess. We're learning how much damage this boss does, I guess. Currently walking home from work. Nice. Very good. And we should Uber healed like 200k. I mean, that'd be bad for 2 cycles. I mean, really, it should just clear your target. That's like the literal only thing it needs to do. They don't gotta overthink this one. If the rune dies, you should not be able to target the rune without clicking on it again. Easy. Bang, 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 bang. Nice. Very good. How many Nagas have I gone through in my RuneScape career? You're on your 2nd in 12 years. But people tell me they break a lot. I'm probably on my 5th. Which, considering how heavily I use them, like, it just makes sense. Yeah. I don't feel remotely like cheated by the fact that sometimes I'll have a Naga that lasts 4 or 5 years. Sometimes I'll have one that lasts a year. I don't feel remotely like I'm being cheated by that. Like I'm using it every day for 10 plus hours. So yeah, I'm probably in that ballpark.
This is no longer amusing. Mortals should not play with power meant for gods. Heed my call!
Oops. I was trying to darkness and I life transferred instead. That is the opposite of what I'm trying to do. We're all good. But yeah, I'm doing well, John. I was humbled by a run today that absolutely obliterated me. But yeah, now we're back. We're streaming. My video for tomorrow got approved, so I can actually make the thumbnail and get it out. It's always really good too. It's just the best mouse. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I got used to a different mouse, I would be completely fine. But I've used the Naga for so long that I just know where all the buttons are, which just makes it a really nice option. But yeah, how was work, John? But yeah, I love my Nagas. Although there are a couple companies where if they wanted to like sponsor me or I start a partnership with them, I'd be willing to try a different mouse and switch. It's a short list though, honestly. Like, Logitech I'd be cool with. Maybe Corsair. That's about it though. Short list.
You think you've won? It will never be over. Not until you lie broken.
My first gaming mouse ever was a Logitech. Because one thing I like about Logitech a lot is they have like budget lines in a way that's really, really good for, you know, people that maybe not that like a Razer mouse is like a flagship, but you know, they're probably like 80 bucks, 90 bucks. It's pretty expensive. So my first mouse ever was a $20 Logitech mouse, like a G20 something. Because they had really, really good budget mice too. And that I can really appreciate. All right, any sparkles? Not this time. Yeah, I usually have a stockpile of Razer Nagas. I don't currently though. I think I'm currently using my backup mouse. Razer Prius because I don't want to run 2 or 3 different software for my peripherals. That's fair. I honestly don't need keyboard software because I don't have any macros or anything like that. So I think I've opened the Corsair software like maybe once just to like make the lighting nice, and that's it. And it's the same with the Razer software. Like I never actually change my keybinds from any, like I just leave them all on whatever they've been on there for years. I just, yeah. Like whatever they are when I hit my like side keys, like all these keys, they've been like that forever. When I'm changing my binds, it's never in my mouse software. I think my Grimoire was off that kill. Wait. That would explain a lot. It was like 40 seconds slower. Surely there are plenty of streamers that don't use macros. Probably. I don't know. I just think because I'm someone that people look to for learning how to PVM, I think if I used macros, it would be kind of bad. Because like, Orion, how do you do that? How do you do your Bridkey mines? If I was like, well, you see, like, I think that would be kind of a, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad look on me because I know literally everybody macros, but it would be like, you know, another barrier where I think it's good that I don't macro from that sense. Am I weird for not using macros? You're definitely, if you're looking at endgame circles, you're definitely in the minority. They've definitely exploded in popularity.
That's your plan. The edicts. Heed my call.
What do top PVMers macro in RuneScape 3? It'd be all of your hybrid switches, so you can do like a full hybrid loadout swap in one tick. Things like Hydrix, like Greater Ricochet and then Meteor Strike as a meleeer that can navigate those switches. People do switches for people use them kind of excessively as well. Like I think some people use them for like a bunch of shit, which is like crazy. I've known people who use macros for their pre-build rotations before a fight, but like that's more of a convenience than a like, oh, that makes execution a joke. So I think that's very different.
That Gothix's old tricks will stop me again. Step into the dark.
Oops. I think it depends a lot on the person though. Oh, this is a big one. People macro like Excalibur ability stalls that require like pretty good timing. I know that people macro those because anything where the timing is hard, people will macro so that they don't have to ever worry about messing up the timing. Like stuff like the Virago, like this is kind of an old school one, but like the Virago, like auto, Dedo, hammer, InGen, 2H swap, all that kind of stuff. People always used to macro those. There's a really funny clip of Mel, and I'm going to call him out because it's so friggin' funny. But, it's Mel at Virago, and the song, the EDM song he's listening to kind of like cuts out, like it kind of skips a little bit. And then you hear him quite literally hit one key on his keyboard, and then his character does 11 things. It's like auto, Dedo, hammer swap, InGen, like whatever the debuff Virago on tick thing is. So funny. He actually Spotify narked. Yeah, I also know a lot of people don't like to use them because they're technically against the rules, but they don't ban for them. And that's kind of a weird gray area, and I very much get that too, because I would definitely, like, I would 100% macro stuff if they allowed them. Like, they went out and said, we're not banning for them, but these are allowed. Or they put them in the game, 1,000,000%, because, I mean, I literally have RSI injuries on my hands from the way that I play RuneScape, like... And I'll say this too. A lot of the people that like really enjoy hybriding, I feel like I would probably also really enjoy it if I didn't have to worry about any of the switching. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's really, really fun without having to worry about any of the switching. You just get to do ungodly amounts of damage. So it's kind of like, sometimes people go like, why don't you like hybriding? Hybriding's so much fun. I love hybriding. And it's like, well, you probably have a bit of a different hybriding experience than I do. Macro Marty. Is there a clip of it somewhere? I'm sure someone in chat has it. This was like a viral clip from like many years ago. It's so good. Worst part about that clip is he was standing in the wrong spot, so he failed the action anyway. Yeah, there are two. There are two from Mel. There's one where the execution actually works, but it's so funny. Good clip. Yeah, and I get the argument that, like, ideally the game doesn't require macros because it's just more simple, but, like, it's not, that's not set in reality, right? The reality is, what's easier, adding a macro system or clarifying a rule or changing all of the fundamentals of the game, a thing that they've been saying for years but is never going to happen. Hi, Dasha. Thank you so much for the 11 months. That's very kind. I very much appreciate it. Yeah. My thinking on how they should clarify that rule, like, and not to, like, get way into it, because it really doesn't matter what I think, but, I think it'd be cool if they added some in-game stuff so that you can keybind some switches, but no abilities can ever be fired via a macro. So their in-game system just for switches. So you have one button that will put on all your melee gear, and you can program what you want it to put on. Like, I think that's good. Yeah, that's one of them. And this isn't to call out Mel or anything. Mel's one of my friends. It's just a really funny clip. Ready? So that's 11 inputs, by the way. I believe that one's an 11 input macro. And you just hear it, like the song just wasn't loud enough. Am I gonna do ancient scales or workout scales? Probably a mix of both. There's 11 or is an 8-way. Either way. Yeah, macros are technically against the rules, but they don't ban for them, so a lot of people use them to make execution easier. How's that not botting? It's, once again, it's in a gray area. So yeah, a lot of people use them. A lot of people don't use them though too. But when you're looking at like the very, very end game, most people use them. You can tell who uses them. One, just by looking at execution potentially, or looking at keybinds, but you could also just like tell, because I think prevalent PVMers that don't use macros usually talk about how they don't use macros. Because they get asked about it a lot.
This is as far as you go.
But once again, like, you have to think about it this way, I think, which is, what is the purpose of RuneScape? Is the purpose of RuneScape to be a competitive game and be the best? Or is the purpose of RuneScape to have fun? And if the purpose of RuneScape is to have fun, something like macros that make your experience more fun are arguably a good thing. It really, really depends on how you view the game and what the purpose of it is. And I think I used to be very anti-macro, and I used to call out people who macroed because I felt like it wasn't fair. But I think realizing now that, like, it makes execution easier because some people don't like having to worry about execution. They like worrying about killing the boss really fast. So, yeah, I think it's just different people want different things. Like, I personally feel good about not having any macros. So, you know. Am I in the right where someone that uses macros is in the wrong? I don't think so. I think we just both play the game for different reasons and want different things. Holy moly. Maximalist, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. That is very kind of you. And I hope you're enjoying the stream so far.
That's your plan. The edicts.
You have returned. Welcome back, welcome back. Dud1 Bob, thank you for the Prime sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So macros are not allowed though, correct? So they're in a gray area because people on the Combat Council have gone out and said that they are not banning for macros. Specifically PVM ones only. Skilling ones you'll get banned in like 4 seconds. But it is against the rules. So it's a rule that isn't enforced. So basically, it depends how you feel about rules that aren't enforced. Are they still rules? Yeah, so yeah, that's why they haven't gone out and said macro, because I think they don't want it to become a... I mean, it's already a problematic thing. I personally think it's ungood that they haven't properly addressed it. I would love to see it addressed more, but once again, like... I am a streamer and they are Jagex, and they have their reasons for doing the things that they do the way that they do them. It's like the speed limit signs on the freeway. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're in Ontario, Canada, and you're going 115, 120 in an 100 zone, you're not getting pulled over. They ain't pulling you over. Go 130, you're gonna get pulled over, but yeah, kind of like that. Don't you mean the speed suggestions? True. The game is balanced according to what macro users are capable of. Okay, I hate to say it, but I completely disagree with that. I don't think the game has ever been balanced around what endgame players are capable of, which is why the game is getting easier and easier and easier over time. I don't think anything is balanced around macro users. If it was, you'd see the game getting harder and not easier. And the game is like 8 times easier than it was even 3 years ago. So yeah, I would personally disagree with that, or I would have difficulty finding an example of that. The closest thing to an example of a boss being balanced around an endgame player is me and Zamorak, because I was a playtester for the Zamorak boss fight, and they did some HP balancing based on me. Kilometers an hour. Yeah, kilometers an hour. If I'm AFK in God Wars 1, I make a macro to fletch arrows in the middle of fighting. That would be a skilling macro. I think they're a lot easier to detect as well. But yeah, anyway, I've always said, like, do it at your own risk if you'd want to do PvM macros. If it enhances your enjoyment of the game, it's probably not a bad thing. You probably won't get in trouble for it, but it is against the rules. Texas, we have 138 kilometers an hour speed limits. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, I mean, Western Canada is the same thing. In the oil belt, where it's literally a straight road that doesn't bend at all for like 100 kilometers. So it's like, yeah, you can send those where they go up to, I think they go up to 130 zones at very most. Maybe 120? I think it's 130. Do you think more recent past game had a bit of a problem with being balanced around too high of a skill assumption? Definitely in the past, yeah. Well, actually, okay. I think the way that it was balanced was good in the sense that they wanted stuff to be hard. I don't think it's that they balanced it around players. I think it's that the game did a terrible job of actually teaching people how to get better. So a lot of content was great for people that were good, and people that weren't were just screwed. Like, I think if they had invested resources in teaching people the game, I think they could have kept things hard. I don't think the issue was players necessarily.
You've won. Will never be over. Not until you lie broken.
But yeah, that's fair. It all can get kind of combined into the same thing. You know what we're gonna do this kill chat? We're gonna kill the far stick. The unkilled stick. Bonk. 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 Yeah, so the Zammy thing's a bad example of that because it wasn't because Zammy was too hard. It was because the 25 dungeon requirement, which they promptly removed, which is really good. Yeah. I don't think you can blame... you can't blame that on Zammy being too hard. My local grocery turned 10 chicken strip medium. $15 to 9 strips, 2 small sides for 18. Unlucky. They're upselling you, Eric. They're forced upselling you. Somebody's marked the end of design direction with it having stored on one rage. They just mess with it on track. Yeah. I also think Zammy's the last Enrage boss we get. Like, that was done like this, where it's like story mode and accessible for every... Yeah, because I think the balancing got really hard, and they just decided, screw it, just make it the best at for everything, all the time. Any drops? Not yet, but hopefully we get one this kill. I've only got 2 kills left on my hour. I don't do Zammy because you don't like killing the witches. I think the witches were a cool idea, because if you want to, you can use the witches as a way to get a pre-build without needing to drop a dummy. I think that's sort of what the vision was for it. And if you're an iron, you can get slivers and stuff from the witches so that you never actually have to run the dungeon. So I don't dislike the witches, but they are definitely annoying. Like, sometimes you want to just click on the boss and start the boss fight, but you know. Wish they didn't randomly hit so hard. Yeah, I mean, I think that's in line with the biggest criticism of the dungeon itself, which is like, bro, why is this Chaos Witch hitting harder than 1k Telos? But yeah. Why does this demon have 200,000 life points? Do y'all remember when the demons had 1 million life points? That was a crazy time. What a time to be alive. Only Enrages make bosses fun. So, if I were to predict what the next set of bosses has, it's going to have Invocation. Which is something that, I mean, you could look it up on the old school side, because they've done it very successfully in the past. But the way Invocation works is instead of Enrage, where, I mean, there are a lot of flaws with Enrage. I think one of them definitely is that dev time wise, they need to make like the most robust loop system ever. But in addition, that makes it really hard to balance. But then when you're pushing Enrage because you want something hard, you've got to push all of these really, really easy kills to get to the point that you're having fun, and that's not good either. So the way Invocation works is basically, imagine if Zamorak came out, but instead of being an Enrage boss, these were your options. You could choose 0%, you could choose 100%, you could choose 500%, you could choose 2,000%, and you could choose 4,000%. You can choose. Those are the 5 modes that exist for Zamorak. And then that way you can get the balancing on them all perfect. For someone that wants a challenge, they can just skip right to the one that they want to do. And then, yeah, it's easier to make. It's easier to balance. It gets rid of a lot of the gripes with pushing Enrage at Enrage bosses, which is that I don't want to be doing 1,000% Enrage. I want to be doing a higher Enrage than that, but I have to do the thing that I don't want to do to get the thing I do want to do. And then you just balance the loot accordingly to your Invocation. So, set it up harder, better drops. Set it up easier, worse drops, easier time. Perfect. Has the 30k dungeon been done? They stopped scaling the dungeon at like 300. So no, the 30k dungeon has not been done. because it doesn't exist, kind of. Yeah, I personally think Zamorak would have been better as a boss if they'd given out 5 difficulty levels instead of Enrage. That is, as someone that really likes pushing Enrage, and I think it would have been really cool, too, to, like... I don't know. Because the other thing about Zammy Enrage is it's effectively cosmetic above 2k anyway for drops, so I don't see anything wrong with them offering a push mode that basically makes the highest difficulty invocation even harder. Like, I don't see any issue with that. Because it has nothing to do with loot balance or drops. That I'm actually okay with, but... Yeah, in general, I agree. But yeah, anyway, that's just my guess. Like, I don't think it's like, yeah. I just think that's more likely what they would do. Just make it Solak, but the guy is red. That's already what we have. You see all the pads I'm charging up? Zamorak is phase 3 Solak. It drops wood glue to turn blights into a 2H. You know, Mika, I think Jagex should hire you. Rid a wheel and stream we can add ED4 run at 300%. I mean, they nerfed it at least, so it's not like it used to be. I think it's probably palatable now. Yeah, I think it's probably fine now. They're a good boss though. Pushing right to the bosses first year or two is really satisfying. Yeah, it depends a lot on the balancing. I love Telos, and I like Archglacier as well. I just think the complexity of balancing those loot systems that are that dynamic, I think has made it so that it is more of a curse than a gift from dev. Like, I think it's literally days and days and days of work and back and forth and everything else, and I think it's probably more of a hassle than it's worth. You think you won. Wait, I have burnt bones in my invent. Wait, can I bury burnt bones? Do you guys know? Bury the bones? Wait, I can? Pog? Prayer pet off a Zamek, y'all. That's what I want. Ooh, a bigger bomb than we usually get. Fun. Bonk. 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 That was like a 12k bomb. Oof. All right, if I'm quick, we get one more kill in. Let's go. So let's be quick. The telesuit system made sense for its time, but it feels bad now. Yeah. No, I agree. I think for the time it was good because 500% was deemed as like a really, really high enrage. No one was doing the high enrages, but power creep made the loot system kind of bad. I am also a believer, though, that if you're releasing a streak boss, the best way to get uniques should be to streak the streak boss. And I know there are a lot of people that don't agree with that, but I do, personally. I even go as far as to say I think it would be cool if some bosses, to get drops at them, you had to streak them. Like, that was what increased your drop chance. It wasn't the enrage, it was your streak length. Dude, do you guys remember the Telos abuse with the combat beta? That was so cool. Like, it was crazy. And, like, everyone that did it should have gotten Omega, like, in trouble for it. Because it was, like, really, really bad. But as someone that really cared about hardcore Iron Man integrity at the time, I was like, one, kind of ingenious. And two, I was like, holy crap. They need to ban those people. So the way that it worked is Telos drops are seeded, which means that when you start a streak at Telos, every single loot is predetermined for the entire streak. So what people did is there was a combat beta for combat changes, and it wasn't balanced at all. A bunch of stuff was really overpowered. Like, you could use darts to just, like, one-shot bosses. Like, you could clear a phase in, like, 10 seconds. So you get, like, 3-minute Telos kills, or 2-minute Telos kills, which at the time was crazy. So what hardcore Iron Man players would do is they would start a streak in the live game, import into the beta, and then what they would do is they would kill Telos in the beta where there's no risk very, very easily with all the overpowered stuff until they got a drop that was really, really spooned, like at a really low Enrage. And then if they got a drop at a low Enrage, what they would do is they would then complete that streak in the live game. But if they didn't get a drop at a low Enrage, they would just repeat. So on their main account, they'd log into their main, start a new Telos streak, do the very first kill, and then go back on the beta and repeat. So what happened is a couple hardcore Ironmen got the dormant title for every Telos unique with almost no kill count and almost no Enrage. It wasn't that much effort though, because it was like less effort than just killing the boss normally because of the beta and how overpowered the darts were, or the javelins were. Yeah, anyway, I just like, my two thoughts were, because like I was a hardcore who was going for dormant title at the time, and I was like, dude, this is shitty. But the other thought is like, damn, like at a certain point, you got to respect how ingenious that is. Did they get banned? I don't think they did. I don't believe they got banned. I think they might have gotten a vacation. Because, yeah, taking the risk out of hardcore Ironman mode back for that time period was like, that was a pretty big deal. They didn't get banned at all. They didn't get anything. Nice. Mika, it's not possible. There's no way to determine the way that the seeding works. So that will never happen, fortunately. So that's a fear that we don't need to have.
This is no longer amusing. Mortals should not play with power meant for gods. Heed my call.
Yeah, anyway. Cool way to do Telos on a hardcore with no risk. And to get a full log of like really, really low Enrage drops. True, apparently, how are you thinking Telos system works actually wrong? Yeah, that is correct. Mod Shogun confirmed it on my stream. That the current thoughts on the Telo loot system, like the current formula that we have, that the players kind of derived based on them sharing some drop rates at different Enrages, is in fact incorrect. So it could be the Enrage where the loot caps, it could be the specifics of it, like it's 1 in 14, not 1 in 15, it could be 1 in 16, it could be, but yeah, something about the Telos loot system that the players have assumed to be correct is not. They could share it. Octo and Cake, have you met Mod Shogun? Why would he share it when he could tell us that what we have is wrong and make us question everything for 2 years? Dude, I love that. I think it's okay that they share less sub dives. Well, Trigger be trolling us? Nah, he wouldn't make up something like that. Like, it might not be wrong in a big way. It could be something really, really tiny, but I believe him wholeheartedly that if he says we're wrong about something, we're wrong about something.
Dare defy me. I who commanded the greatest armies in history. I who laid low Zaros.
I believe in chaos for this kill. I think this is gonna be the last kill because I'm absolutely starving.
Chaos will reign.
Your streamer is ravenous.
You think you've won. It will never be over. Not until you lie broken.
So I would actually be a huge fan of getting a drop here because we're definitely max bad like mitigation now. I got the streamer in too. Could clues get pity rolls if their value of the clue is low enough? And a pity roll adds 1 extra loot to the casket? Dude, I need that for PVMers? But if the kill time is too slow, that's what I want. I want a pity roll for killing the boss so slow. If the kill is so slow it couldn't track it, I want a pity roll. That's a little unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie. Pain. All pain without the sham. All right, let's look at the log though. I mean, if nothing else, we've maxed out our Battle mitigation. Like, we've actually progressed. That's the thing that I like about Zammy. We actually progressed. Boss is 166k on P7 at 500. Goes up to 250 at 1k. I think this is the first Zammy streamer that would drop, but it's also a short stream. But yeah, look at the log. We got 256 kills now, which means we've done exactly 300 loots with all my rerolls too. That's cool. 300 loots in. Yeah, I don't feel great about the bow piece thing because ideally we finish log by around 500 kill count, and we are not on pace to do that. But you never know. Yeah, I think it's crazy that these chaos roars are more rare than bow pieces. That's wild to me. But hey, we made progress, and if nothing else, it means that next stream, we're going to basically start the stream and instantly get a drop. And I'm pretty happy with that. Can't be too bad. But yeah, with that said, thank you all so much for tuning in. I know today's stream was a super, super short one. But I'm glad we got to go live anyway. And actually, you know, hang out, spend some time, kill some bosses, take some names, talk about some stuff. But yeah, with that said, look out for a video coming out tomorrow. Hopefully in the morning. It's a 56-minute long video. It's a good one. And I am going to send you guys over to... I'm looking for names I recognize. The people that I usually raid do not appear to be on. Is there anyone in stream from Twitch chat? Maybe? Maybe not? Definitely maybe not? Okay, well, why don't we raid... Why don't we raid White Grim Reaper, who I don't think I've raided in a while, actually. That seems like a perfect person to raid. Backseating encouraged? Oh, yeah. Chat, we about to feast. The perfect raid. Take care, everyone. Thank you for the fun stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Fine, I'll start going live. You should, Mark. You should. You'd catch a raid or two.